So I remember around this time last year, I just got fed up about setting goals because I was this guy who always sets goals here and there. I set goals almost every single day, almost every single week, almost every single month, almost every single year. And I just never really achieved any of those goals. I said this, I want to grow to this, I want to make this, I want to do this, I want to be this. And I just never really achieved any of those goals. And I just became really angry that why do I keep setting these goals and I don't even achieve any of them? So I just stopped setting goals and I just found this like pointless because what I found out that the main thing was the action part, not necessarily the goals. And the goals I was on setting was more like results driven goals, like make $5,000, make $1,000, get 10,000 subscribers, do this, do like just results driven goals. But what I found out was like the most important thing is action first of all, and to get those results driven goals you need more like progress driven goals. What do I mean by that? So for example, to make $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $1,000, whatever, like that's a result driven goal. $10,000, $5,000, $1,000, $100, whatever. But the progress of it is like maybe make YouTube videos consistently, or learn copywriting, or learn programming, or learn sales. Like that's the progress. So I realized that that's the more important part. So I stopped setting goals. But when I stopped setting goals, I found out that it won't just kind of made the whole thing a bit more worse than before, because yes, like the progress part is more important than the results part, but the results part actually makes the progress part worth it. Because when I stopped setting goals, like I didn't even know if I was making progress towards any destination again, because like there was no destination to make progress in. A good analogy to use is like a GPS. You want to go travel somewhere, you want to get to this place, you set the location you want to go to on the GPS. The main thing about getting to your destination on that journey is like the road you're driving on. If you're just focused on like I want to reach this place, I want to go here, I want to like get to this place, I'm missing the important, like one of the most important parts, which is like the driving to that place. But the driving to that place only makes sense because there's a place to drive to. So what I found out is both sides of the equation are equally as important. No one is really more important than the other one. What I also noticed is the two usually complement themselves, because let's say making $10,000 for example, or $5,000 or whatever, you have to actually be good at a skill to be able to make $10,000 or $5,000. Like if you're not good at this skill, if you're not making progress, like if you don't enjoy the journey and everything, you're probably not going to get to this $10,000. It's like they almost go hand in hand. Like you can't really do one without the other. You can't really just get to $10,000 without making progress and everything. So I found out that both of them are like just as important. And the realization that kind of made me find out how important setting goals was back in June. I wanted to make my first dollar online. I was just really hungry and I wanted to really make the money and everything. I worked hard, try different tactics and whatever, but nothing really worked. Like, I didn't make that money in June. But funny enough, I actually received that first dollar in August. That's like 2 months later. It was then I now realized that if I didn't set the intention to make this money, then I'm definitely not going to make the money. And it's still the reason why I feel like setting goals is very important. If you don't set the intention to make $10,000 a month, become the top person in your class, or land your dream job or whatever, you're not going to do that. And that's why just the journey alone is not sufficient. You need both the destination and the journey. Having a destination you're working towards also make you specific. One thing I found that doesn't make you achieve goals or make progress is just having the thing vague. So for example, just learn a skill. Like it's not a bad goal to have, but how do you know if you are actually making progress in that skill? So for example, if instead you make it more specific, like learn a skill that can get you to $5,000 a month or make you $100,000 this year, whatever. Like now you have a way to measure that skill and know if you're actually good at that skill, because most times the better you are at this skill, like the more you'll be compensated for it by the results. So in summary, what I'm trying to say is both of them matter. None is really more important than the other, because to some degree this one is like I used to think this one was more important because like to get to $10,000 a month you need to learn a skill or whatever, and so you need to obsess about learning a skill rather than $10,000, which is true. But if you don't set the intention of making $10,000 or making $100,000 or becoming first in your class or getting the dream job or like doing whatever, you're not going to get there, because it's only when you actually have the intention of doing this thing that you're not putting this work to combine them together. So both are equally as important. If you don't set a clear destination of where you're going to go, except maybe you just want to like cruise around or take a walk, like whatever, you don't have any specific, like that's a different scenario. But if you don't like have a clear destination, like I want to get to this place, I want to go to this place, I want to do this thing, I want to like achieve this, you're not going to achieve it, because it doesn't just happen. Like you have to know exactly what you want to do, then put in the work and have the intention of getting to this place.